Based solely on review scores, Nintendo Power's favorite games of 1989 included Wheel of Fortune Jr., Fester's Quest, and the Three Stooges. If this information surprises you, then it's because you didn't watch our video counting down Nintendo Power's top 10 games of 1989. Before we move on to the games of 1990, I wanted to spend a few minutes looking at the other side of the coin. If the editors felt the Three Stooges represented the best in gaming, then what did they hate? Today we're gonna find out, and you may not like the answer. I give you Nintendo Power's 5 worst games of 1989. A martial arts game in the style of Kung Fu, Fist of the North Star is a 2D brawler with an involving story. Apparently, the unique characters and special moves weren't enough to keep Nintendo Power interested in this anime game. The magazine felt that everything from the graphics to gameplay were middling, and the game quickly became too difficult to be fun. Nintendo Power noted Ken's ever-changing moves, but didn't feel it was enough to give Fist of the North Star a recommendation. Now here's something you don't see very often. While reviewing the adventures of Tom Sawyer, Nintendo Power concluded that you're better off reading the classic book. While the editors liked the graphics and ability to continue, they found the action repetitive and challenge lacking. They spent most of the review name-dropping the various characters, including Becky Thatcher, Huckleberry Finn, and Injun Joe. Yeah, Injun Joe got a shout-out in a Nintendo Power review. The 1980s were weird. Bugs Bunny deserves better than this. You might think that a magazine that raved about Sesame Street ABC would have a soft spot for the wascally wabbit, but that was not the case when it came to Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Although it has all of our favorite Looney Tune characters, Nintendo Power was miffed that the 60 rooms were made up of puzzle solving and crate pushing. They noted the poor challenge and had mixed thoughts about the presentation. Not to be confused with the wildly popular Electronic Arts game, Jordan vs. Bird 1-on-1 was a tedious basketball title from Milton Bradley. While most sports games let you choose a whole team of athletes, this one-on-one challenge only had 2 selectable characters. Nintendo Power thought the visuals were passable, but found the play control and challenge to be below average. Jordan vs. Bird 1-on-1 is a game worth sitting out. A terrible role-playing game at a time before American gamers knew what they were missing. Hide Light is burdened with ugly graphics, sluggish gameplay, bad writing, and, to top it off, a stupid name. At their most generous, Nintendo Power noted that the story is bizarre. It's beyond even what they're used to. Over at Electronic Gaming Monthly, Hide Light led to one of the best reviews of all time. I can't remember what this game was about. That's about all I can say about Hide Light. Hey, thanks for watching the video. I had such a huge outpouring of support from last week's Nintendo Power Countdown that I've decided to keep it going. We'll be back next week with a look at Nintendo Power's Best of 1990, followed shortly by the Worst of 1990. I think we're just going to keep this schedule until everybody loses interest. In the meantime, we have a bunch of new reviews and previews going up this week, including my take on Dengeki Bunko. So do me a favor and click the subscribe button and support what we're doing here. Until then.